It's West Coast Ramble. Tonight, we've got Hillbilly Casino frontman Nick Roullette. And from New Orleans, we've got the great Meschiya Lake. Then all the way from the UK, we've got John Lewis in the Sandbox. And stick around as we play Guess That Groove with our celebrity panel. You can win. It's West Coast Ramble with your host Big Sandy, Pope Paul, and me, Tom. Okay, here we go. This is great. That's awesome. Hey, you know what, friends? Thank you. That's why we have great people here. They told us there's no audio. And thank you very much. We'll have to fix this in post. Pretend it never happened.
Do you sign?
So now we're going to back up. Hey, Paul.
Here we go. This is great.
I have it. There's audio on mine, though.
Okay. Yeah, I just set up the audio. We're going good. So we're backing up now, friends.
Okay.
Let's pretend that never happened. We got a show going on right now. And here we go. Hey, Paul, what did you do this week?
A lot of fun stuff. Been working on guitar, giving guitar lessons and ukulele lessons and bass lessons and walking the dog, stuff like that.
Right. And then our other good friend, Big Sandy. Smack a hand for Big Sandy. What have you been doing this week, Big Sandy?
Well, I've been working on a show that I'm going to be part of. I'll be hosting tomorrow. Eclectic American Roots presents the ladies of the rockabilly scene. And that's going to feature a tribute to Wanda Jackson. And I'll be interviewing Rosie Flores, Marti Brahm, Celine Lee, Amber Fox, Cherry Rat, and Ruby Ann. And Tom Ingram's going to join us, too, and talk about some of the great women acts that he's booked over the years. And that's tomorrow at noon here in California time on the Stellar Shows and Productions or something. Stellar. Look up stellarjacks.com and give us money.
It's facebook.com/Stellar Shows, I believe. But,
okay.
Yeah, cool. And then, okay, so friends, what I was saying when the audio was off, we got some shirts here that say West Coast Ramble on them. And here's what we're going to do. Normally, if you give $10 in a donation, you get one of these fine stickers here, made right here in Oklahoma at my friend's shop. There we go.
Right here in Oklahoma.
There. And then, but hey, let's say you got a few more bucks and you want to donate $30. Every $30, we're going to send you one of these fine shirts made with fine cotton, and it says West Coast Ramble. It's our logo, made by Mick McCarthy. Thank you very much. And we've also got the women's, look at the women's size, because they got like the shorter, it's this way. It's got the sleeves on it, the women's sleeves. Wait, that's upside down. Hold on. So there you go. Women's sleeves, $30. You get one of these fine shirts. I'll send it to you, give you a sticker too. Hey, and Big Sandy, didn't you say you had something to give away this week? Tell us about it.
Yes, I do. There's a limited number of these two posters that you see behind me here on the couch. There's this one, and there's this here one. I have two of those available for the first two people who donate $20 and say poster. And so here it is right here. Item number one, item number two. Some old show posters of ours, and I will sign it to whoever wins. Give us your address too.
Yes.
So anyway, there you go. $20 for that poster or that one. Maybe specify green or red. The first two people who do, 2 and 2. As Chuck would say.
Yes.
So yeah, and Tom, I know
Yes,
the
sir.
last thing I wanted to talk about really quick was on May 31st. I'm very excited. My band, Pope Paul and the Illegals, we're going to be doing we're going to do a live stream, kind of like the Deluxe Brothers live stream. So it's going to be the second edition of a new West Coast Ramble format of live streaming, guys. So it's going to be the last Sunday of the month, the 31st. I think we're aiming again for about 7 or 8 o'clock at night at Sunday. So put that on your calendars, please. John, Scott, and I, we've been dying to play together. So we're very excited to be playing in front of a live audience again, and we're just going to let it all out.
And before we move to the next phase, if everybody right now could take the time to share this, maybe even start a watch party, get some of your friends to join in here. That makes it a little bit more fun.
All right, we're about ready to get this thing underway. Paul, can you please quickly go down the run list of our guests today? They are an eclectic mix. Begin, Paul, now.
All right. Well, I know in the Sandbox, we're very honored to have the legendary John Lewis. He's going to be joining us in a little bit after this game. And then we're going to have our second guest from NOLA, Meschiya Lake, a NOLA powerhouse, awesome female lead singer, frontwoman. And then we're going to be rounding up the show with my personal American hero from Hillbilly Casino and the Blue Ribbon Boys, Nick Roullette, guys, my American hero. He's going to be up on at the end of the hour.
Dig it. Okay, friends, so here's what we're going to do now. You might have seen the flyer that we had said, Guess That Groove. It's basically like Name That Tune, but it's Guess That Groove. So we're bringing in a celebrity panel to play this game, and it's basically, we're going to play a song. They have to guess what the song is. Whoever guesses it first wins a point. Now, in the middle of the show, we're going to give you guys a chance to guess the song, and you just, on your keyboard, once you hear the song, type it in, and whoever comes in first on my computer here, you're going to win a prize. Hey, Big Sandy, what do you think we should give them for the prize?
Well, let's see. Did we talk about that?
No, we didn't. Here's what we'll do. You're going to get a sticker.
No, we got to. You know what? I can add I have another poster. One of the posters. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, I can. You know what? I'll throw in a mystery prize too.
Mystery prize. Okay. All right.
Doesn't that sound enticing?
All right, friends, before we get going, here's our graphic made by our friend Dan Keegan. He made this wonderful graphic and actually came up with the name of our show. It's for Guess That Groove. Check out this graphic. It's Guess That Groove. I don't have any music for you yet, but I'll have it next week. And here's we go.
Top-notch production here.
Yeah. Oh, and here's our celebrity panel going to play the game. We got Big Sandy. We've got Paul, you know that guy. Now get ready for the next one. Here we go. A good friend, Abby girl. Hey, Abby. She's going to be playing along with us.
Straight up.
Man, she looks good. Okay. Not that you guys don't. Okay. And then and here's our last finalist. Let's bring him up. It is Dave Stuckey. Smack a hand.
Dave Stuckey.
Hey.
We love Dave.
Hey, Dave.
All right. Hey.
Our last finalist.
So before we get going with our game.
Can y'all hear me?
We can.
All right.
Hey, Abby.
Yes.
Tell us quickly, what have you been doing in the last couple of weeks? Maybe the 3 AMs, these videos you're laying down. What you been doing?
I've been doing some collabs with my band brothers, Al and Aaron Martinez, having a lot of fun with that. And then just, cooking, eating, sleeping, that kind of stuff,
And not necessarily in that order.
Well, thank you, Abby. And then over here, we got Dave Stuckey. Dave, tell us what you've been doing, sir.
Yes. Well, I too have been eating constantly. Well, what else are you going to do? Walk to the kitchen, walk back? Now, I've been trying to play some music. Done a few things, a couple acapellas with some friends. And last week I started doing a live Facebook show like we all are. All the cool kids were doing it, so I figured I should get in on it. It's called 10 Tunes on Tuesday at 2. And that it's the way it goes is I play 10 songs on Tuesday at 2. So that's the conceit.
I watched it. It's great.
I was there too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
it was quite a gathering, and it was fantastic, really. And it wasn't just any 10 songs. It was like 10 top-notch songs. Finally done by Dave Stuckey.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. It was fun. It took me a while to get going on this Facebook Live thing because it's just so weird not to perform to faces. To just send it out into the ether and hope somebody's watching it. But it turned out to be a lot of fun. A lot of comments, help, and I'm going to try it again this Tuesday.
I loved your storytelling and commentary, Dave. That made
Good.
It felt
I'll be sure.
like we were hanging out with you.
Okay, guys. Enough banter. We could talk all day about this, but we got a game to play. Here we go. Friends, this is going to be our first. Now, here's how it goes. Put your hands down.
Okay.
Whoever raises their hand first gets to answer. No one else blurt out the song or else you're going to lose a point or something.
Okay,
I don't know.
Hand up, don't say the answer. Okay.
No. Yeah, hand down, and whoever has their hand up, you say it. Then I say, Big Sandy, you got your hand up, you go. You guys got it? Okay, here goes the
maestro.
Okay, here goes the first song of Guess That Groove. It's going on. Stand by. 3, 2, 1. Listen. It's coming up. Oh, okay. Paul raised his hand first.
Fujiyama Mama by Wanda Jackson.
Whoa, Paul got it.
He did get his hand up first, but Dave started to move his hand first. It didn't get it all the way up.
Oh, he did it?
It was just a little, there's a little Eric Clapton action there, a little slow hand.
Okay, all right. Well, so it appears that Young Gun has got this going here. Okay, here we go. Here's our next song coming up. Please be ready. Hands down. And here it comes up. Next song. 3, 2, 1. Paul.
Big Red Rocket of Love, Red Horn Heat.
What? Is this an upset?
I can't believe you didn't know that, Abby. What the H?
Oh, Lord.
What the heat?
Okay. All right. Hey, these are skewed a little bit. You know, you got to make it even for everybody. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, here's the next one. Here's the next one. Get ready, guys. We're coming up in 3, 2, 1.
Rock, Bob jumped up, rock and roll.
Oh, it was Dave Stuckey. Dave, go.
Let's say Rock and Roll, of course, by the great Janice Martin.
All right,
Yeah,
Dave Stuckey gets one.
We'll be talking about Janice to Martin. Janice to Martin. Yeah, I bet.
I would have embarrassed. I was gonna embarrass myself and say the same thing, but by Rosie Flores because I know her version of that song.
Oh, no. Rosie is great, but you got to go, Janice.
All right. Hey, I'll go. We got. Hey, actually, online, Tracy DeVroe is saying Paul is killing it. What the?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now. Oh, hey,
Okay, what's next?
Becky Lynn said, "Hey, heck yeah, Pappy. Hey, I'm just telling you what the people said. Big Sandy, stand by. Here we go. Ready to raise your hands? Here we go. Dave Stuckey.
It is Clyde McPhatter. No.
I just hold tight and don't let go. Thunder.
Okay, Paul, you raised your hand again. What do you got?
I can't tell you who did it, but it's Don't Let Go, Don't Let Go.
Yeah, you got that right. Paul gets 3.
But who did it, Paul?
I can't tell you who actually did the song though.
You don't have to say who did it. It's just the song.
Oh.
Oh.
I would have got the
Really?
last one.
Yeah, am
Wait a
I
minute.
That's the song title?
Wait a minute.
just did I mess this up for you guys?
No, just
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Here's you guys got to get this one. If you don't get this one, okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
You got it, baby.
Big Sandy.
Elvis Presley. Oh, I don't need to say that. When it rains, it really pours.
Right.
Originally done by Billy the Kid Emerson.
Whoa.
Yes.
He should get an extra
Oh,
point
you
for
finally
that.
play a real song.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, no. I can't say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Janice.
Okay, here's what I want to do now, friends. This time, you guys don't answer. This is going to the people on your keyboards, okay? If you're on your keyboard, we need you to answer this, and whoever answers it first is going to win the mystery prize that Big Sandy was talking about. So here we go. This is for the mystery prize. For our people out there, you're gonna type it in. Here we go. Here it comes.
Left my gal in Kansas City. Left her crying in the rain. Well, I told her that
that I'd made my mind up. I didn't want to see her again.
Okay.
Ed Polly's got it.
Who got it?
Well, he's close.
Did he name the song?
Yes, well, Ed Polly says all I could do was cry. Was Sean Menchard said all I can do is cry.
Sean got it right, though.
Yeah, it's up to you, judges.
Tell you what, I'll give a sticker to the first guy, but Sean Mencher got it right, so he could get the mystery prize.
Okay, and I'll send something to Ed Polly as well. I owe him a few records anyway.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Nice work, man. Hey, smack a hand for that. Hey. But you might think that we're done, but we're not done, friends, because Abby needs to get one. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, Lord.
Here we go.
John Lewis got it too, by the way.
John Lewis? Oh, I bet. Here we go. One more. Here we go. Coming up in 3, 2, 1. Paul.
I got to do more.
Oh, you got it.
No, but what is the song?
Paul got that one. Ruth Brown, I want to do more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Coming up. We're going to jam
I
through
wonder
these.
who Moore was.
Stand by for the next one. Here we go. Okay, go, Paul.
I'll cry instead.
God, Paul
But
got
what
5.
is the song? But what is the song?
Okay, wait, here's another one. You guys have got to get this one. You got to put Paul down. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Dave Stucky's got it.
Yes, Dave Stuckey.
That doesn't count.
Yes. Minor Swing, Django Reinhardt.
Yes.
In French?
Count.
In French?
You did that during the sound check, man.
In French? Hey, don't. Oh, yeah. Thanks a lot. Here.
But hey, that was
I'm
That
not
is
going
like
down
Wait a
like
minute.
Louis.
He's sitting on like 20 correct answers, and you got to say that? Like, Lord.
That's
watching
like
the
the
Michael
Louis
Jordan
Louis
documentary
Django
on
song.
repeat, so I'm all cutthroat right now.
okay. Hold on a second. Here we go. People are they're going, Paul.
I'm not playing this game anymore.
Okay, no, stay. Hold on. Hold on. We got another one coming up. Here we go. Get ready. Where's that? Oh, hold on. I got to push a button. Hopefully no one calls on my phone, too. 3, 2, 1.
Let it roll like a big wheel.
Honey Hush.
It was Dave Stuckey raised his hand first.
Okay.
Honey
I don't
Hush.
know. I saw Robert get up there first.
But what song is it, Dave?
Okay, guys, let's move through this. Abby, we're gonna get you on this. Abby, you're gonna get. I know
Oh,
it.
Lord.
You look
It's
good.
going to be a long night.
You look good. We got like 4 more. Here we go. And
All right.
here we go. And 3, 2, 1.
Up a nickel candy bar, talking all about.
Abby.
3 cool
Okay,
cats.
thanks.
Abby gets that
yeah.
one.
Finally.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't
Thanks
see
for
you.
ignoring me, Tom.
What? I don't know who is this? Okay. Wait.
Are
Okay.
they the 5 Royales or something?
No.
The
Coasters.
Coasters. Okay. Here we go, guys. We got just 1, 2, 3. 3 left. And here we go. This one. And coming up in 3, 2, 1.
When I pulled out of Pittsburgh rolling.
Big Sandy.
Oh, man. 6 days on the road.
All right.
That's kind of cheating.
Why is that
That's kind of
cheating? Why is that cheating?
Well, because I was just thinking Dave Dudley. And then there's that. Wait, in my mind, I'm thinking Dave Dudley. No, he needs the song name. Oh shoot! And then
Rubbing the eye. I'm going to
my synapses ain't synapsing.
Okay. Gabriella is saying go, Abby. So you got a fan, Abby. Here we go. We got 2 more songs.
Cherry Rat.
Let's do it. 1, 2, 3.
You told me it was hot, man.
Abby girl.
Hound Dog, Big Mama Thornton.
You
What'd you
got
call
it.
me?
Thank you.
Abby got 2. Okay. This is the
All
last.
right, if you do the math, basically there's no way for anyone else to win.
I don't believe that. Stand
It's
by.
not about winner or loser. It's about.
I don't believe it. This is the tiebreaker.
No.
Paul, I know you won, Paul. You cleaned everyone's clock, but here we go. Here's the last song. Here we go. Let's do it. Oh, Dave.
That's Crimea River.
Nice.
In what country is that located?
Crimea River.
Crimea. Oh, I don't know.
Mississippi River, always.
Okay, friends, here's what happened. Thank you to our celebrity panel, but we got, let's see, Big Sandy got 2 points. That's yay! Where's my applause? Applauso! Okay, then we got Abby with 2. Hey, smack a hand for Abby! Hey! All right. Coming up in a close second was Dave. He had 4. There we go. 4 for Dave. All right. And our winner with 5 is Paul. Was this thing rigged?
I don't hear any. Oh, yeah.
That's right.
People are actually booing in the comments. What the?
Yeah.
That's rude. That is rude.
Becky Lynn? Why is Becky upset about that? I don't get it.
I was going to say,
They just both Amber and Becky wanted us to mention that yes, that is Julie London. That was Julie London there. You gotta.
Yes, but I would say we'd be headed for a runoff if I'd been in range on that first song, if you remember.
Oh, that's right.
Technically, minor swing didn't count for you, so you actually have 3 points.
Look,
Dave.
Look, friends, we got some more show to get to right now, so we're gonna have to come back to this another time.
Entire show to get to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So goodbye to Dave. Goodbye to Abby. Thank you very much for playing
guys.
Guess That Groove. All right, thank you very much, guys.
Bye.
Hey. All right, that was. We got our next thing coming up, and what is that called? That is called Big Sandy Sandbox. Stand by. I'm going to roll the graphic. We're doing Big Sandy Sandbox. Here we go.
Big Sandy Sandbox.
All right, there we go. Robert, what's going on with you? Who's in the sandbox?
Please turn the sound off because I'm hearing what just happened 20 seconds ago. Okay, now, dear viewers, I'd like to welcome to the sandbox a man who's been a key figure on the European scene for at least 30 years. The always dynamic and the always John Lewis. John Lewis.
Yeah. Hold on a second, guys. He's coming up on the Skype. This is technical. Stand by.
John Lewis, he is like the real deal John Lewis, except no substitute.
Okay, we're waiting.
Now, there's a lot of phony John Lewis's floating out around these days. Oh, there he is.
Hey.
There you are.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
How you doing, man?
Yakida, doing very well, thank you. In these crazy times, it's doing good.
Yeah, man. And just for the viewers at home, where are you coming to us from right now, my friend?
I'm coming live from Penarth in glorious Wales, on the
All
coastal
right.
town, very, very near Cardiff.
It is a lovely part of the world. We've had the pleasure of performing there, thanks to you.
You've left your debris here?
I did leave that behind. Yeah. I left it hanging out of the window inexplicably. And it's nearly 3:30 in the morning there right now. Thank you for staying awake, my friend.
Well, as I said, I feel like I just come in from a gig and poured a little whiskey and like the good old days on the road.
Well, thank you for being our first international guest coming from Wales. Do you bring greetings from your people there, hopefully?
Honored to be here. Yeah, there's a few listening in. Tony Bruce.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah,
Lee. So it's all going good.
Now, hey, John. Whenever I get to thinking about you, and I've actually written a little bit about you, did the liner notes for one of your great releases.
Yeah.
I always think about when I went along with my band, the Fly Right Trio, for the very first time. The European scene was so new to us. It was like, wow, we didn't know what was going on. It was just like mind blowing to us. We made some friends who kind of knew what was going on in the scene, and we met some Belgian cats. And I remember my friend Ben saying, "Oh, you have to hear Jean Lewis, the rim shots." And of course, we checked it out.
Was it down in that we played together in that big band down in France?
Well,
Big
that was the
town
first
in
time.
countryside.
That was the first time we got to play together. But I had heard word. The word had just people were telling me that this is a guy you need to check out. But I didn't. I don't know. That's when I first became aware of you. How long before that had you been playing? Was the Rimshots your first band, or how far back does your
No,
musical
I was
story?
playing before. The questionnaires got me out playing guitar with them before I could actually play guitar, which they soon worked out and chucked me out. And then I was playing with Malcolm Clint, just doing rock and roll standards, sort of cover band, or Gene Vincent and stuff, learning that stuff, you know. But I think it's about 35 years ago I done my first gig.
Okay.
And I've been full time about 26 years now.
And I guess, and still, you've been trying to stay with a full-time thing through these tough times.
Yeah, well, I think I'm pretty unemployable otherwise.
Oh man.
But, yeah, I'm just doing like the guys. My live shows on Sunday at 8:00. It's also on YouTube the next day on my Rockin' Roots channel.
Well,
if anyone wants to tune in and see any of my stuff, but
Well, before we exit the sandbox here, I'm going to make sure people know the exact times and where they go to look for that. But you come into this period of having to do the live stream stuff very well prepared. I remember we did a show. Where was it, in Bristol? Or it was a show where you were the opening act, and you just came on. You were just a solo.
Done the solo.
Yes, and that was the first time where you just it really struck me like, oh my good Lord, that guy, he can pick guitar like crazy. You can really carry a show on your own. Was I just late in discovering that myself, or was that something you had been working on for a while, leading up to around that time when we had that show together?
No, that's probably when I started doing more of the solo shows, you know. But sort of out of necessity in a way. So I play more local places, but I'll play from country clubs to blues clubs. I like all the genre and the roots sort of sound, so I like I'll cross over, but mainly mix in my own stuff. It's mainly rocking, you know. But no, that was about the time I started doing it, and then it seemed to work well. So I seemed to work well, and it's just me and the van. So I started doing solo tours, and I get the best of both. I can play with a band, and I can play on my own. So
I tell you, it's such a wonderful talent to have. It, you know, I've tried to do some of these live stream things, and I'm really at a disadvantage. You know, I mean, for me, I feel like I really need the guys behind me. I mean, I can try to sell the songs with just, you know, being goofy or, you know, talking a little bit, but you have the whole complete thing. And
it's funny, I didn't think I'd enjoy them. I didn't enjoy the first one, you know, and the build up to it drove me crackers. I never really think about playing anymore, but having to set up a camera instead of a PA freaked me out.
All right.
And like Dave said, you're chucking it out there with no feedback. There's no response, you know. So it's like, this is weird. But then on the Monday, I just spend hours reading all the messages that come in. So then I realized it's worth it, and it's good fun. I got quite a following, and then it's
you have a great following, and I've been able, you know, I've been busy being involved with a lot of live streams and doing various shows. But I have been able to check out a couple of your live streams. You're very comfortable with it, and watching the fan interaction, and I think there's probably some people who are maybe even more ardent fans now, or they will be once you start playing. They've come to know you in this setting. So I think you've won some new people over doing it. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, I'll have to take my SETI and everything with me, my plant on.
You might want to do that. Take the live stream home show on the road.
Yeah, no, a lot of people have really warmed to it, and they know the situation. A lot of musicians, well, not just musicians, all the backline people, all these people are. There's loads of people in the same boat, and I'm not too bad off compared to a lot of them, I guess. But
yeah. But you found.
But they've been very friendly and looking after me, and just the response is great, so it makes it worthwhile. And they send a request, and I can't read them at the time, so I play the request the next week. But I'll pick 2 or 3 songs I've never even heard they've sent in, so I end up not even playing my own songs. I just learn songs for them. which I
Well,
quite enjoy. It keeps me sane.
well, John, I mean, you've really developed a pretty faithful following with the European crowd. I mean, you're already you've been well known there for decades there, but you've got a real serious thing going with doing the live stream thing. And my desire.
From Moscow to Australia. In fact, there's Australian friends tuning in.
Okay.
Hi, Lee.
Also, this might be a good time for them there, huh?
Well, she sets her alarm clock for 5 o'clock every Sunday in Australia to get up to listen to me.
Okay. Yeah.
Crazy woman. Thanks, Lee. And then there's all the Moscow lot and from Japan and Canada, and America. It's quite crazy.
Well, what I've been hoping is that by having you on the show, it'll introduce some American people who there's a lot that know you already, but I think there's some watching that might not have had a chance to hear John Lewis, the real John Lewis, do his thing.
I think it's from the rim shots people remember, the people in America who would know me from the Vegas and when we done LA and even back to 80s in the Lead East Hot Rod show. When Greg and Joanne booked us up there, that was wonderful. Yeah,
man. Well, I see the headstock sticking up there of the guitar. I'm just wondering if you can give us a taste of what you do on your show. Can you play us a little something there, man?
I can do a... I'm ready for you.
All right.
It's 3:30, and the neighbors love this one, so I'm going to play this for the neighbors.
John Lewis, everybody.
Trying to pick just a song was really weird, so the kids told me, he said, why don't you just play the most requested? But the most requested is a song I wrote and Imelda May sang on it called Waltz Around the Kitchen. But it's a lullaby. I thought a lullaby is a bad idea this time. So the next most requested song was a Hank Williams song we butchered with the rim shots. So this goes out to my main man. I've always been a Hank fan. I'm a sad old man. I'm doing just fine until I hear no freight rolling down the line. Then I very straight home and pass. And if I did unload, I'd be like my stand. What I love you, baby, but you gotta understand when the Lord made me, He made a right. If some folks might say that I'm no good, that I would settle down if I could. When that open road that's calling me, so there's all that hell, baby, I've gotta see. Sometimes it's hard, you gotta understand. When the Lord made me, He made a reckless man. Whoa. Hey, let me see the towns they passing by and ride these rails beneath God's blue sky. And let me see the town from the mountain to the sea. I believe it's a life He meant for me. And when I'm gone, at my grave He stands to see God's come home. He's a rambling man. He's a rambling man. He's a rambling man.
Oh man. My good Lord, John.
Hell yeah, man.
You're just such a fantastic talent.
Cheers, man.
We're friends. We're buddies. We've had so many nights just hanging out, drinking. You've seen me not be conscious, but I tell you what, you're a pal. But I say this. I feel very, very, very fortunate to know you. You're a mind-blowing talent and an all right guy, man. Hey, I got an emergency message here from Mr. Ashley Kingman here.
Mr. Kingman.
He says he's watching right now, but he didn't know how to comment on it. But he says, "Send Marmite, please."
Send Marmite.
All right. You know what?
You love it or hate it.
Hey, John. We have a couple more guests waiting here. So, man. But I tell you, thank you so much. But before you leave, just remind everybody or let people know how they can find you on your live streams, your regular shows.
Basically on Facebook on the real John Lewis. Otherwise, there's a big shop over here called John Lewis, and you'll end up with a toaster instead of a record or something. So look at the real John Lewis, and if it's a funny time for you, you can do my YouTube channel is Rockin' Roots. Rockin' Roots. You can tune into that. And I put all the old shows on there, so it's.
And by the way, you do have like sort of a YouTube subscriber drive going on. You're like, you're trying to get the numbers up. So subscribe. Tell them one more time the YouTube channel.
Rockin' Roots. I'm trying to get up enough subscribers to monetize it. I didn't think I'd ever have to worry about that sort of shit, but or that stuff. Sorry. And now obviously with these times you need to do everything you can. So. I only need another 470 of you to subscribe.
Well, I'll tell you, we'll put the word out right now. I'm going to put that challenge out to all of our viewers right now. If you can just take the time, either now or after the show, go to John Lewis's page. He just mentioned where it is on YouTube. Rockin' Roots. All right, man.
You haven't even got to listen to any of it. Just subscribe.
Just help the guy out. John Lewis, we thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, a real gentleman and an incredible talent. Thank you, John.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Cheers, John. Thank you.
I'll be watching the rest.
All right, man.
All right. Okay, guys, that was John Lewis in the Sandbox with Big Sandy. Next, we got coming up Meschiya Lake from out of NOLA. And while we're waiting for her to get racked up, as Paul's racking her up, I want to remind you that we've got these stickers for if you donate $10, you're going to get one of these stickers. Like I said, it's $11 sticker, so you're making $1 off the deal, or you're making $10 off the deal because it's a buck. No, I did my math wrong. It's worth a lot.
You're coming out ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, you're coming out ahead. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, the other thing was, Big Sandy. Now you had those posters. Could you explain what the posters are again?
Well, yes. They are old show posters of ours. Like one of them's from a show we did in Brighton. And the other one is from, let's see, where's this one from? For a German show poster here from Hanover. So are we still trying to give these away here, or trying to get the?
Well, at the odds, you only had 2 of each, right? So the odds are people have probably already got them, and I haven't checked. But I would assume they're gone. But they're nice posters. Thanks, Big Sandy.
Okay, yeah. and also, somebody just messaged me to stop touching my face. Oh, come on. Hey, my contact with the outside world has been 0. I'm okay with my hands. Don't worry about it. Don't be jealous that I'm able to touch my face.
All right, friends. And the last thing, $30 or more, you get one of these great T-shirts. Like this is the woman's cut. I don't know what I guess the sleeves are shorter. And then the other shirt back here. $30 donation, and you get a shirt. That seems like a pretty good deal to me. PayPal.com. You go to PayPal or a Venmo, and all you got to do is just add your address, and we're good. And it looks like we have our new guest coming up. Paul. What, is that your dog, Paul?
That is my dog. Yeah, that's Davey.
Hold that dog down, because we got a guest coming in all the way from NOLA. A great vocalist, powerhouse. I stumbled into the Spotted Cat and saw this gal. And come to find out, she's kind of world known. But anyways, here is Meschiya Lake. Say hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Welcome.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey. So anyways, Meschiya Lake, you tell the people quickly, well, I'll tell them what you do. You are out of NOLA, playing old-timey jazz. Bessie Smith, I guess, in a nutshell, if people don't know who that is. But the thing about...
Have you ever
Yes.
tried Bessie Smith on the half shell?
Come on, yeah. Every chance I get, it's always Bessie Smith on a half shell season around my house.
Yeah. I guess the thing that gets me going, so needless to say, she's excellent at what she does, and she's going to show you in a minute how great she is. But the whole NOLA scene, where there's just guys are playing 7 nights a week, great musicians all the time.
Ladies, too.
Ladies, yeah, that's true. On guitar, on horns, and let's say people. You have great people there playing. Yeah. So tell us, like, what is a basic night over there in NOLA? Someone stumbles over there. What club should they go to, and where are they going to see you in great music?
That depends on what night of the week it is. There's always something going on. My favorite thing to do on Mondays is go see King James at the Special Man over at the Saturn Bar. My Little Big Horns play Tuesdays at the Cat, 6 to 10. Wednesdays I'm at Chikiwawa. I mean, there's something to do every day of the week here. But if you just go down to Frenchman Street, it's kind of like a cultural hub, should I say. It's a good place to go to check out the scene.
Where do all those musicians come from? I mean, like, are they coming from all over the world or all over the U.S.? Because whenever I go there, they're top people. And what's the draw? Why do they all show up over there?
Well, I mean, this is where traditional jazz was born. And in my experience from traveling and living in quite a few places, although albeit they were short-ish stints, you can make a living here in New Orleans playing music, and the musicianship is just absolutely top caliber. You know, I don't have to travel to make a living. In fact, when I go on tour, I could make more if I stayed at home. You know.
Yeah, you don't seem like a person who would like to leave the confines of New Orleans. It seems like that's kind of you're kind of a different type of person, if I might say. And it seems like that fits. She fits right. A real artist, like just like it fits into New Orleans. When you go in there, it's just a lot of artistic people in art, visual, and also music. Would you say that's you?
Full of weirdos.
Yeah, I guess that's what I meant to say.
Well, one thing that's wonderful about New Orleans is, I mean, I came from a really small town with what I thought as being a kind of small mindset. I went to high school in Rapid City, South Dakota, and although there was a pretty good punk scene going on there was a lot of of rednecks, and a lot of people are scared of things that they don't understand. When I found New Orleans, like, geez, I was definitely not the weirdest people here. And instead of differences being looked down upon here, they're celebrated. What makes you different makes you special. And, like, there's always somebody weirder than you here, which is really nice. It's very accepting.
Awesome. I was wondering, I've toured through New Orleans a few times, and what was it like for somebody to move out there and then, come up in the scene? Because I know, like Tom's saying, it's like, I can see it's pretty cutthroat too, because everybody's so damn good. So what was it like for you coming up in that scene?
Well, when I moved here in 2000, I came to town as part of a traveling circus. So I was in kind of a different scene. And to my recollection, I don't remember seeing people busking on the streets, which is how I got my start playing professionally in 2007. Coming up on the scene, people were extremely kind and nurturing. Like, I remember seeing the Jazz Vipers at the Spotted Cat and just being so nervous that they asked me up to sing with them. But they were just like, yeah, girl, get it. Yeah, girl, get it. And knowing that I didn't have any formal education, the band leader would look at me when it was my turn to sing. And I was just trying to be very respectful of the older generations here, because it's really a torch that's been passed on since jazz was created. I found a lot of kindness and a lot of nurturing. I mean, there was competition with people trying to get the good spots on Royal Street. But also, since it was so busy, most people would split a spot, since there were so many mouths to feed and so many bands. One band would take the morning shift, another band would take the evening shift. It's actually, like, quite nurturing and quite kind. It's not as cutthroat as it may seem. It's not like you're out to get to the other person. It's music. You're making something together. You're out to, like, help somebody. Everybody remembers what it was like starting out and how scary it is, Especially
that's awesome to hear.
People that are like gods to you,
I'm more familiar with I have more of a feel for New Orleans, like kind of how it was like pre-Katrina. But it seems like after that there were eventually, not immediately, but there was like a rebirth of a spirit of culture. And maybe did you come in right up? Was it right after that?
Well, I moved in 2000, so I was here pre-K.
Okay, so well, maybe you can talk about the before and after, the difference, and what have you seen develop since then?
Well, I mean, a lot of things have changed in the last 15, 20 years, from the neighborhoods to rent. Back then, like I said, I was part of a circus that wintered here 6 months of the year. So I wasn't really in the jazz scene. And if I was going to shows, I was going to punk rock shows.
Okay.
I didn't really start playing jazz music until I was actually about 2003, doing some smaller clubs on Decatur and just kind of learning traditional jazz songs and blues around the campfires in the backyard, because people, especially back then, tended to have a fire pit in your backyard. You know, we're country. There's chickens running in the street here, which I. But then it just progressed and changed, and I really saw it take off about 2007 when my first jazz band, the Loose Marbles, took to the streets, and then two professional Lindy Hoppers moved from California to New Orleans. Their names are Amy Johnson and Chance Bushman. And then just with the marrying of the visual art of the day with the music, the scene just kind of exploded. There's been a couple of new guards. The 1960s, some young folks came in, like Orange Kellen on clarinet. He's still kicking around and still plays music. I get to play with him, or used to get to play with him sometimes. That kept the art of traditional jazz alive. And I think in 2007, there was kind of started another new guard where a younger generation came in. And I look forward to seeing the next one, too, because each one brings a kind of new life to the art form, while hopefully paying respect to it and paying respect to the people that came before them also.
I had a question on you. When you're busking out there, I've seen videos of you singing live, like no mic, but we can hear you perfectly. Is your voice like abnormally loud, or like?
Yeah.
Is that
she has no mic now, as a matter of fact.
I don't know. I figured out I have a knack for yelling on pitch, I guess. I'm really just hollering.
Well, that's the thing. It's one thing to holler, but to be on pitch doing it, that's something else.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened. It was just busking with the Marbles, and I could just yell. And then I did that for years, for the first when was the first 3 to 4 years of my professional career. And by professional, I mean I didn't have any other job. I didn't have a microphone. I remember playing like rock clubs in Greece with no microphone, shouting over the entire crowd. I'm sure it sounded terrible. Enough whiskey in me that it felt all. But now I like microphones, because there's a lot you could do with nuance and a lot more I can play around with vocalizing, than just being able to be heard and shout.
All right, Meschiya, we got some people claiming, hey, let's go. Let's hear her sing. Some people want to hear you sing a song. Can you help these folks out?
After a drink, though, of course. Yeah.
Gotta lubricate your instrument, you know?
That's what I tell them, too. Yeah.
Wait, okay, I knew what I was going to play, but now Okay, I'm going to play you one I wrote, if you don't mind.
Let's do it. Let's hear it.
This one's called The Black Cat Blues. Black cat, please don't cross my path today. Yeah. Black cat, please don't cross my path today. Yeah. I can't feel no more loving. Keep blowing my own. time. Yeah. Young man, you're growing me old before my time. Yeah. I'm bearing inside, lost all my hurt before my prime. Yeah. Young man, I fear it's too late now to be sweet. Yeah. Young man, I fear it's too late now to be sweet. Yeah. You can't bring back a fire without a spark to set the heat. Yeah. There's a murder cross circling round my head. There's a murder cross circling round my head. Swooping down to pick apart the pieces of a heart that's falling dead. Oh, I can't shake these demons from me. Yeah. Oh, I can't shake these demons from me. Yeah. If that's my only sin, I'll burn here for eternity. Yeah. If that's my only sin, I'll burn here for eternity.
Oh man.
Very nice. Very
Meschiya.
nice.
Meschiya. That was fantastic.
Big Sandy.
I like how.
You've been a hero of mine personally. So.
What? What?
I told you in the sound check that I saw you in Chicago.
Do you remember where that was?
No, I have no idea, but I do remember I used my fake ID to get in, and I had
Oh, okay. So it's going to back.
Nice, you killed it.
I just wanted to, you know what? I think the best singers, when they're doing their thing, like you were just doing, they get lost in a song. You look like you were getting lost in a song, like you're seeing something in your mind that I wish I could see, or maybe I don't want to see it.
No, you don't want to.
Hey, do you see you see colors or specific images when you're lost in that moment?
I'm sorry, what's that? What do I?
I'm just wondering, are there specific images you see, or some people see colors when they?
Cool. You know what? That's a question I'm going to start asking people because that is fascinating. I want to know that too. You know what? I don't know. I'm just feeling emotion.
Yeah.
Not exactly like thinking of a specific time. Sometimes I am, but just feeling the emotion of it, you know. Or I mean, maybe not even the emotion of the song, but what's going on in my life at the time.
Yeah.
The intensity of those emotions. I mean, there's sometimes like when I feel like something's just kind of coming up through the ground and through me, and I'm just a conduit for it. When I sing Bessie Smith, Electric Chair Blues especially, that one really, I can really get tranced the fuck up.
No. Hey, it's already been done. We've already broken that barrier here on the show last week.
Yeah, Pokey Lafarge sang his song.
What?
But anyway, I'll let Tom go. I know he wants to answer another question. I just really, you just said it right there. It felt like you were channeling something. I just was I found myself wanting to know. I don't even need to know, but if you make somebody want to know, what is she feeling or think, like, because you're off in another place. That's what I was feeling. That's all. Tom.
You nailed it.
I can't follow that up, Big Sandy. You know
Yes,
what it's
you
like
can.
being up on the mic. Can I? Okay. Actually, basically, Meschiya, thank you very much for being on our show. And we do want to know, what are you doing? How can people see you? Are you going to be like, when are the clubs open and back up? Are you doing anything online? Where can people see more Meschiya Lake?
Let's see. I think there's some online. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I'm recording for American Roots in about a week. I've been doing some online stuff. Probably we recorded at Chikiwawa live stream. There's some live stream stuff happening.
Yeah.
They've done the soft opening here, or phase one. I shouldn't call it soft opening. And honestly, I don't think we should be ready for it. I see bars open, and they're supposed to have plexiglass and masks and people social distancing, and people are just lined up at the bar like nothing happened. And I'm like, too soon. So even if the clubs like do open and can have gigs, I'm gonna take my time with it as long as I can, physically afford to be safe about it, because I just think it's too soon.
Great. Well, I just wait before we get going. Before we go, I did want to say, like, there's a couple people online saying, "Hey, thank you for bringing Meschiya on here. She has been super cool." A couple other gal singers that we know saying, "Hey, if I moved to NOLA, it's because of her." So you're.
That's sweet. Tell him thank you.
And by the way, for my non-hip family who might not know what you mean every time you say NOLA, Tom, that's New Orleans.
New Orleans. NOLA.
No, I know, but I have some family that might not be in the know.
Family and mine and everybody else that doesn't know what NOLA is. But yeah, come on down and sit in with the band, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Well, anything left to talk to Meschiya Lake about before we get going?
I'm an open book.
Meschiya, thank you very much for being on West Coast Ramble. We'd love to have you again. If it's all right with you, we'd love to have you again sometime.
It's so nice to hang out with people.
And you know how, hey Meschiya, you were saying you're hesitant, maybe to go back out into the real life situation and being a club. Okay, that's okay. You know what you do translate even over this medium here. I was feeling it here, so take your time. You get back to it whenever you feel ready, because it's still working this way.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. You're giving me some feels right now.
All right.
Thanks,
Y'all
Meschiya.
are awesome. With you. Thank you. Keep up the good work, guys.
All right, we will. Thank you very much. That was Meschiya Lake, man. We got some pretty. That's nice, man. I think we did a good thing, introduce some people to some new artists. A lot of people didn't know who John Lewis was too, so that's awesome, bringing some stuff out. So, nice work, guys. Hey, Paul. Now, I'm not sure if we're ready for this. Paul, is he up?
We have my American hero standing by as soon as they turn on their camera.
Yeah, well, it sounds like their sound is on. He's listening to the show. He needs to turn that off.
How do I turn the camera on?
You blink your eyes twice.
How do I
Just
turn
think it? Will it?
Here we go.
There he is. Okay, let's bring him up. Wait, hold on. We got to do a proper introduction. Paul, can you please introduce this guy?
Oh, hey.
2015.
That's not
in
Nick.
2015, I thought my band would be exactly like the Redmond Horton Heat, and then I stumbled upon Layla's in Nashville, and I saw this band called Hillbilly Casino, fronted by this amazing lead singer, Nick Roullette. And ever since then, my new favorite band has been Hillbilly Casino, and I'm very excited to have my real American hero on here. He's hosted the Illegals in his house in Nashville, and we've opened for him a bunch of times. I've seen him in a few different states, and Hillbilly Casino is just about one of the best bands you'll ever see live, guys. And I'm excited tonight. He has some special guests. He has Kenny Taylor, one of his original band members from the Blue Moon Boys. And he also has Colin Taylor, who is a really amazing bassist. And he is in a really cool band called Uncle Muscle. So check out those bands as well. And whenever Nick is ready to get on camera, we're ready to have him on.
I think that is Nick. Here we go. Here's Nick.
Oh, hey,
this is Sage.
This is Roulette's phone. Ah, it's Sage. I'm just looking around for Nick here. He's around here somewhere. Hold on. I think I'll get him.
What is it?
Hey guys, what's going on? How you feeling?
Happy.
Hey,
Oh, sweet.
Hey, Nick, it's good to see you. But when Sage was on the screen, the viewership went up by 200.
That's why I did it. I gave it the Sage bump, man. The Sage surge, I call it.
The Sage surge.
Nice.
So, hey, Paul, I was going to surprise the people with Kenny and Colin. You ruined my surprise, Paul. Yep. Surprise spoiler.
I know. Well,
hey, thanks for having me though here on the show tonight.
You're very welcome.
It's good to be here. I've never done one of these before, so I don't know if I'm doing them correctly.
Hey, Nicodemus.
Yes.
So Paul and I were arguing. Where are you at now? I know where I talked to you the other day. Where are you coming to us from? What city are you in right now?
Right now?
Yes. No. Yesterday. Yeah, right now.
Right this minute, I am in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Well, I'll tell you what. This guy has been winning with the questions all night. Chalk up another one for Paul. All right.
He knew I was in Fort Wayne?
He did, yes.
Because he saw Kenny and Colin here.
That's right.
Because that's where they're from. They're like Fort Wayne dudes, man. It's like, when I come to Fort Wayne, I only hang out with the top dogs, man. The best. The best of the best.
They're the
hey,
top dogs.
I didn't know Dave Stuckey was going to be on the show. Are you kidding me, man? Dave Stuckey? That's like a young Nick Roulette's dream of like being on a show with Dave Stuckey. Next, is Deke Dickerson coming on tonight too? Is Deke Dickerson going to be here?
Yeah. Hey, you better check out. Where is Sage?
She's smoking.
Where's Deke?
Where's Deke? He ain't smoking, man. That dude don't like smoking. He don't like big tobacco. If I know Deke, he don't like big tobacco. Hey, Sage don't have no eyes for Deke Dickerson. You ain't got no eyes for Deke Dickerson.
I only got eyes for this one.
No Deke for this one right here. No way. Woo. She don't like the Deke. She likes the Nick. No. All right. Sorry.
Well, look. I don't know if you heard that introduction that Paul gave. Besides giving up the big surprise, but he's singing high praises there. How does that feel for you to be looked up as a true hero, like the idol to a lot of people? Do you look at yourself like that? Do you fully? Are you aware of that?
I don't look at myself like that. And like sometimes, let me tell you a story. I hope that Jay McDowell is listening because I love Jay McDowell. You know Jay McDowell from BR549?
Of course.
Well, one time, the Hillbilly Casino, we got to open up for Imelda May at the 3rd and Lindsley. We were on the radio and we opened up for Imelda May, and it was just so exciting. I was so thrilled. And I was drinking the booze. I was drinking a lot of booze. I was drinking booze. That's all I was doing. And my wife at the time, she was pregnant with our second child. And I was just, all crazy and happy and stuff and drinking. And I went back to talk to Imelda and Daryl Hyam. And guess who was back there talking to Daryl? Guess. Don't do it. I'll tell you. It was Dwayne Eddy. Dwayne Eddy was back there. And Dwayne Eddy said to me, exactly what Paul said to me. Like, you're an American hero. Don't ever stop doing what you're doing. Dwayne Eddy told me not to stop doing what I do. Dwayne Eddy said that to me. And I was drunk as shit. And I was like, whoa. And I started crying. I was crying. I was like, Dwayne Eddy, I was going to quit. I was like, I think I'm a loser on the stage. Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, no, don't do that. And then Dwayne Eddy's wife looks at me and she said to my ex-wife, she's like, is he going to be okay? Are you driving? She's like, yes, I'm driving. I'm not drinking because she was pregnant. So, and then like a year later, we're doing a show at a tattoo shop, the greatest tattoo shop in Nashville, Custom Thrills. Adam the Kid at Custom Thrills is the best tattoo artist in the world. I swear to God, he does all the best. Anyways, we're doing a show, and Chris St. Clark's really good too. Fine fella, good car guy. Anyways, we're doing the show, and Brian Setzer of the Stray Cats. You know the Stray Cats? Brian Setzer like shows up at this tattoo shop, and we're playing on the tattoo floor with like poor PA, and he's like there hanging out, being all Setzer cool, like Setzer's cool, man, and he's at our gig, and it was exciting, and everybody was excited, and we get done playing, and Dwayne Eddy's like, I came out here with my friend Brian, and here you are, Nick. Wow. He's like, Brian actually told me I was going to see you. Come with me to my car. And so I went to Dwayne Eddy's car with him. And he opens up the back of his car, and he pulls out a picture of me and him from the night that he played with Imelda May. And I look like I got stung by a bee because I'm all like crying and sweaty and like puffy and whatnot. It was crazy. But that's just a little
That's
story
amazing,
about like when
man.
people tell me I'm good, like Pope Paul did. It makes me feel really good. It makes me feel. Will you tell Kenny and Colin to come in here, please? Yeah. So, anyways, I'm sorry. I'm excited to be talking to you guys. I don't get to do this stuff. You know, I've been raising kids, my daughters.
Man.
I read about that story though. Actually, Nick.
What story?
With Dwayne Eddy.
You heard my Dwayne Eddy story already?
Well, what did Jay write about it or something? Well, I heard something you said to him was I don't know. I wouldn't have said it myself. But.
Maybe.
No. When he said that, when he was saying how much he felt about you, you said Dwayne the tub I'm drowning. That was.
I didn't say Dwayne the tub I'm drowning. I didn't say that.
Nick.
What?
Oh, I'm joking.
I asked him if he ever watched Ed, and Eddie. And then I told him that Bobby Treble looks like Eddie Angel from behind. That's what I did.
and he does.
It's a song. It's Eddie looks like Bobby looks like Eddie.
Are we going to hear that song? Are we going to get a chance to hear that song?
I wish every time I ask somebody to do it.
Let's just hear a verse of it.
Okay.
Just a cappella.
All right.
This is about, hold on, Eddie Angel and Bobby Trimble.
Hey, Eddie. Hey, Eddie, man, is that you? Hey, Eddie. Hey, Eddie. Hey, Eddie, got a question for you. Well, now, Eddie, on an escalator, taking it down. I shouted, hey, Eddie, and he turned it around. He shouted, hey, Bobby, was embarrassed to find that my buddy Bobby looks like Eddie from behind. Hey, Eddie. Hey, Eddie. Hey, Eddie, man, is that you? Oh, no, it's Bobby. Yes, it's Bobby. Hey, Bobby, play the beat for you. And he's like, Bobby Treble going to a drum solo, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, Eddie Angel be, like, back. Like, it looks like Eddie Angel was just thinking about it. And, like, he'd turn around, and then it would actually be Bobby Treble playing guitar like Eddie Angel. Or put, like, a wrestling mask on or something.
I can't wait for that video, man.
Well, let's get Chris McGee on it. Let's get old Chris McGee on that one. Let's make that Popflix. Eddie looks like Bobby.
Nick,
I think that's. Hey, somebody said that.
That's a serious question, man.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead. You go ahead. Somebody else take it.
What got you into rockabilly, man?
What got me into rockabilly?
Singing and being a front man and being awesome at it.
Well, Paul, I'm a trained ballet dancer, you know.
I do.
And I got a gig at Barefoot Bay in Wisconsin, and there was a live band, and they wanted to do like Starlight Express and Andrew Lloyd Webber stuff, and I didn't like that stuff, but I did like Elvis, and the only thing I could ever sing when I ever sang anything was Elvis songs. I did like 4-H fairs and stuff like that. I did an opening of a root beer stand. You were there, Kenny. Kenny was there at the root beer stand opening. I did a furniture store with a karaoke machine, opening of a furniture store. I just loved Elvis. I thought Elvis was everything. There's a band in town called the Bel Airs that Kenny used to play for a long, long, long time ago, like back when Big Sandy was a kid. And there's this guy in this band.
Just for context.
Like, hey, come over to my house. This is like muscle-bound rockabilly bass playing dude that I think he used to poop in boxes and wrap it up and leave it on people's porch, just like Little Richard. I think he used to do that. I don't know.
He has no manners, as he would say.
Yeah. So he invited me over to his house one time, and he's like, "Man, I know you like Elvis, but listen to this Gene Vincent and this Johnny Burnett. This was in This was like Big Sandy. You were in bands and rockabilly way before I was, and Pope Paul was just a baby, I think.
Well, I was young though. I was knee high to a stray cat.
Yeah, but you were like in it to win it. It was 90. The year was 93. Back in 1993. I just graduated high school, and I was doing Elvis songs, see? And my friend Kenny Taylor was it was this 20-year high school reunion. And they were like driving through this area, and he's like, that kid's singing Elvis songs. And I put this little band together with Kenny, and that's when Joe, this guy, pulled me aside. He's like, listen to this, the Polecats and the Three Blue Teardrops. The Vibro Champs were on this thing, too. The Belmont Playboys were on this thing. And this was like 95, 96. Whenever the year before the third James Dean thing, Robert, I got to tell you, man, you probably don't even know this already, brother. The first time I saw you, I snuck into the show with Kenny. We played a gig at like a VFW hall, packed up our stuff, me and Kenny did, and rode up there to the James Dean thing at the hotel. You guys were playing. I've never ever. I just thought Elvis and Johnny Burnett and the Polecats and the Stray Cats were all there ever was. I walked in that room in Marion, Indiana, and it was like I was a monkey that never saw other monkeys before in my entire life. And I was like, oh my gosh, look at all these in Indiana, and everybody's from all over the place. It blew my freaking mind. So that was like, back in the 1900s, I was into rockabilly. That's all you really need to be a real rockabilly in the 1900s. Period. 2000 rockabillies. Pfft, you kids.
I think that's the most colorful answer to that particular question ever. You heard it right here on West Coast Ramble.
Hey,
well, I'm excited to be here, man. I don't know if you can tell. I've been amped up all night. Shooting up, man. Getting ready.
Hey, Nick. Nick, I hate to bug you, sir. Could you please play a song, sir? Could you please? Play a song, yes, sir.
Tom, would you like for me to do a song? I wonder how I'll do that without any musicians around me. But I can't even play any instruments. I'm just like Tim McGraw. No, Tim McGraw could actually probably do some cool shit. Blow your mind. I don't know. Post Malone. You ever seen Post Malone?
Yes. Plug your headphones.
Yeah, Dwight Yoakam and Post Malone. They're doing. Oh!
Every time I see you shine bright, I think about you and you love that night. Now you're gonna live up, and I'm a super. And all you is have a good mood. Let's get it together now. I like the moon, baby, oh yeah. I like the moon, baby, oh yeah. I like the moon, baby, come and sing. I take you home, baby, to my love day. Every time I see you shine bright, I think about you, place your love at night. Now you're gonna love, but I was know, and all you need is just a happy good. Wake us up, wake us up, every time I think about home.
Oh man! Yeah, man, that was action packed.
How was it? Is that what you wanted? Something like that? No.
Yeah, exactly like that.
I can't hear. Did we lose them?
No.
Lost them, did we?
We got our money's worth. That's great.
I don't think so. Hold on.
Roullette.
Hello?
Hello?
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Is it
super fine, man?
Did it make you uncomfortable?
Hi, Kenny.
Kenny, Robert says hi.
Hi, Robert. It's good to see you on the phone and everything. Hi, Paul.
I miss you, man.
Nice to
Hey, Robert misses you.
I miss him.
How about
but
that?
I'm a big John Lewis fan. You know that.
Yeah, Kenny loves John Lewis. That's the whole reason I got him to be on this show. I was like, hey, man, doing the West Coast Rambo. And he was like, with Tom? I was like, Tom? He's like, yeah, the guy that runs the show. I was like, I know Big Sandy and Paul are on the show. And he's like, I heard that the real John Lewis was going to be on the show. And he's like, oh, sign me up. I'll do the show with you. So that's why Kenny's here, because of John Lewis. So thank you. All the way over in Wales. The real John Lewis, man, him and I, we know each other.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We've embraced. I've drank beer and listened to him sing his awesome songs and play his little Chili Pepper heart out.
I was also asked to pose a question to you about. Do you remember Kilkenny? No, not killing Kenny, but Actually, I think there was another Ashley Kingman question.
Oh, Ashley Kingman's asking questions?
About Kilkenny.
The Ashley Kingman?
The Ashley Kingman. Settle down. Now Kenny's starting to sweat. Yes, Ashley Kingman asked about
He said,
Kilkenny.
do you remember Kilkenny?
Hell yeah, do you remember Kilkenny? I got a picture of Bobby Trimble in a bathroom in a blue suit with like blue bathroom stall doors around him.
What do you look like behind him?
I couldn't see from behind. There was a brick wall behind him. And he was holding a pint of Guinness, sitting in a blue suit after he did the show. You put a pair of girls' panties on Ray Condo's steel player.
I did. On Jimmy Roy.
Jimmy Roy. That's right.
And Lynn Borer, I think she scolded me for that.
Yeah, Rosie Flores was there partying. Dude, Kilkenny. I mean, and we still go back to Kilkenny every time. I want to tell everybody over in Ireland or over there overseas, go to Kilkenny. Go to that Rhythm and Roots Festival that first weekend of May. Right, Kenny? Kenny? Yeah. Kenny was there. Kenny was both there. Yeah. It's the place to be.
Okay, I just wanted to.
Hey,
Nick,
go ahead.
take it.
Let's have Colin give Uncle Muscle a shout out, man. I want to hear a little bit about that.
Hey, he wants to know a little bit about Uncle Muscle.
Uncle Muscle doing well. We just recorded a full-length album. I got the mixes back like 15 minutes ago. Phone's dead. Hopefully they're awesome.
After this, we're celebrating with some Uncle Muscle album pre-takes, like some stuff that the people don't get to hear. This is the true Uncle Muscle fans, the real
Right
Uncle Muscle Beachers. Uncle Muscle
I love
Beachers. Yeah, I love you.
Check out. I love you, Nick Roullette. That's a bass player's band, guys. Check them out. I love you so much, Nick Roullette. I know that I asked you to be on this show about 2 months ago, but when Big Sandy asked you, there's no hesitation, right?
Well, that's the thing. As like Big Sandy, he backed me into a corner. He was aggressive.
He does that.
I asked you on the air. I asked you live in front of God and man and your Facebook audience.
Oh, hey, speaking of which, I did that show the other night. You guys got that PayPal thing going on where people are like donating money to you guys to help you out, to help you eat and feed your kids?
Oh, you know what? You were so damn entertaining. We forgot to mention that.
Wouldn't it be cool if someone just dropped $5 in there and we all made 32 cents? 32 cents right now would really do it. If everybody does it, that 32 cents adds up pretty quick, and maybe I'll be able to buy something sweet for my daughter Sophia and Stella, my little baby girls. Daddy loves you, babies. I love you, little angels, little Sophia and Stella who are watching and are going to go to bed like good little girls after the show.
And I apologize for frightening them the other day.
Yeah. Hey, Robert called up the house the other day, and I was FaceTiming. I showed him the girls. He showed them like some creepy ass, like porcelain weird thing, and they started crying. Thanks, man. It was traumatizing. Robert don't have no kids. Man, I'm saying, man. They're not PBS. My friend Michael Hensler, whose studio we're at here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, he's a part of the Atomic Sharks. That's on PBS. Teaches kids how to play the ukulele, and it's a kids show.
Oh, all
right.
right.
Not scaring kids on that one on the Atomic Sharks on PBS. Check your local listings.
I shall.
Also, Atomic Deluxe. Is that a place? No. What's the place we're getting clothes from these days? Who's sponsoring the show? Anybody sponsoring the show tonight? We got Blast Called in the house. Who's buying Blast Called basses? Not me. I don't play basses. I get that thing and be like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? Maybe invite people over that know what they're doing.
What do you think, Tom? We can get another song out of them. You think, Tom?
I'm afraid to ask him another question. He could go off in a weird.
I know. I'm sorry about that. It's probably
I know Tom has been without question. Without question, Tom has been without questions.
Hey, Tom, you have a question for me?
Well, Nick. It's kind of like jump rope. It's like someone's swinging the rope really fast and you don't know when to jump in. So I have a problem.
Hey, rope and dope. Let's let Tommy jump for a minute. Come on, jump it. Baby.
I want one more song, please. A real barn burner, a burn barner.
Hey, do you know shoe leather? No, that's a bad idea. He wants a barn burner. He wants a barn burner.
You can do shoe leather.
Can you do
a barn burner?
Yeah, either shoe leather or Let Me In.
Let Me In is probably better, but shoe leather. I can play shoe leather. He can play it.
Colin can play it.
I've gotten too old to play my own lick.
There's a note that there's a note I sing. He could just dive through that, right? And hey, I'm gonna hit the note flat or sharp. I'm gonna hit a bad note. Just fucking forget about it. Just let me sing, okay? Just let me sing. And hey, this goes out to everybody that's tipping. Now let's do this. He said barn burner. What? Don't you know what barn burner means, son? Don't you know the message? Barn
I stopped my bus, go straight in the road. And no holes in my wheels. I let you know how bad it feels. I got my shit. Well, in the cold darkness, I'm up in the wintertime. I shoot a little bad weather, and I know the mind will be flying. Well, I got some bubble in a poker game. I'm leaving town with the devil in me. My lady luck was sitting by my side, but she was kissing on another guy. I got my shoe, I hit my coat, darkness, I walk in the winter. A shoe in the bad weather, and another mile left to climb. Well, I call my baby up and get alright, but it seems like I'm just wasting my time. My sweetheart told me that I lost all the dough. She yelled at me and then she hung up the phone. I got my shit. Let her hit the coat. Darkness, I walk in the wintertime. Let me tell you, a shoe little bad with a every little mile to fly. Oh, I came back home and found my stuff in a crate. My landlord said, "So your rent is late." I'm thinking, little man, just give me away. He said, "Forget it now. I'm in the street. I got my shoe. Never hit the cold darkness. I walk in the wintertime. I shoot in a bad weather and another mile left to ride.
Hell yeah!
I don't know, barn burner. Barn burner, you be the judge.
You got it, baby.
That's it. That's all I got, man. I'm sorry. I wish I could do better for you guys.
No, you could not ask for anything more. And I think if we did anything more than that, I think
What are you talking
Paul,
about? We've done everything we can.
if it was beyond that, I think Paul would have exploded.
Yeah.
Wait,
Was it okay?
Yeah, Nick, I just want to say one
How do
thing.
you get guitar lessons from you, Kenny?
He wants to take guitar lessons from you. Paul
Tom,
gives
how do
guitar
people
lessons.
take them?
Sweetwater Sound. I don't want to give those guys any free publicity. But, I mean, come on. Sweetwater Sound. Where do you get stuff? Sweetwater. You get guitar lessons over there at Sweetwater. Look at Sweetwater, Kenny Taylor. They named the place after Kenny's Pete.
Hey, Nick. Nick.
What?
We're just
What's
hey,
up?
Nick, we're just about done with the show, but I want to thank you for letting us be on your show.
Anytime, you guys. Anytime.
That was.
I really appreciate you guys letting me be here because I don't get to do stuff like this too often. Nobody lets me hang out with them.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why you're. Very good. All right. Well, any last words for Nick before we get out of here? Say goodbye to Nick.
Love you, man. Later.
Keep going. All right, Nick. We'll see you. Thank you very much for being on West Coast Ramble, Robert.
Did he just leave on his own, or did you eject him from the?
I don't know. He just took off.
Ejector seat.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you what. A lot of artists who are over the top. When you meet them in person, they're like mild mannered, down to earth, and then they get on stage and explode. Well, that's not the case with him. That's him. That's you just met what he's like in everyday life.
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah.
That's literally Nick.
Man, I don't know what that guy does.
But anyway, what a show, huh?
Man, I am actually, I'm literally tired, and I've just been sitting here watching. So
to me, it felt like a roller coaster ride. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, you know, like, yeah, I feel a little exhausted emotionally. You know.
Yeah, Kevin Franco says he needs a drink after that one.
Hey, well, Kevin, here's to you, buddy.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching another episode of West Coast Ramble.
All right, and friends, remember, before we get going, you got the shirts for a $30 donation and sticker for a $10 donation. And we'll see. Yes, sir.
Now, Tom.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I'm just going to throw this out here. And this is a suggestion from Miss Angie Rios.
Yes.
This is for a big donor here. I'm thinking for $100 donor.
What? Okay. Say on.
If we have, but you have to tell us what, you know, specifically mention this. If we have $100 donor next week, you get to sit in this couch, and we're more than 6 feet apart here. The perspective is a little bit off, but it's pretty far back here. For anybody who wants to sit in the couch during the taping of our show next week, just sit and watch it all happen live. $100.
Are they going to say anything? They have to sit there and just watch. They can't say anything. Do we give them a mic?
Maybe we could ask them a question or two, but I don't want to put them on the spot. But you know, somebody might want to do that. See what goes on behind the scenes at West Coast Ramble.
All right, that sounds like a winner to me.
Okay, they're laughing at it.
I think it's great. I think it's awesome.
If you think it's a good idea, you PayPal me at Big Sandy 64.
All right. Well, that's it for our show. We got the shirts. Oh, and also, hey, Julie, she won the guitar. She won the broken guitar last week. So you'll be getting this in the mail at some point once Pope Paul fixes this guitar, signed by John Jorgensen.
And also for anybody else who donated, and maybe you weren't the first to donate something, and maybe you didn't. Say you were the third one and you didn't win. I tell you what, don't be like some people and ask for your money back.
Okay.
You think you might not need to say that? But that's just kind of not cool.
Okay, guys. With that being said, sir, we are going to go. Let's put everyone up. This is thanks from me, Tom. Thanks from Big Sandy. I assume he's saying thank you. And Paul. I'm going to put up the graphic, and we're going to get out of here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Let's play some music. Here we go.
Bye-bye. We love you.
Song.
I love you, Robert.